Hi, Do Till Preschool. It's Miss Michelle. Today we are going to do a little experiment. We're going to start it today, and we'll have to check back on it tomorrow to see what happens. So what we're going to do, all you need is vinegar and some water. I have my 2 jars, and I have them labeled, water and vinegar. And all we're going to do is we're going to put an egg in each one. And if you're in my preschool class, you know that I really enjoy putting different objects in these jars, soaking them and seeing what happens. So today, this is what we're going to do with eggs. We're going to carefully put our egg in the jar, and we're going to carefully put it in the second jar. Now I'm going to pour the water in this jar. Make sure I have the right label, the water label. And then now it's time for the vinegar. Now I got the right lid for it, vinegar. And if you're in my class, I know, woo, you guys have all taken a good whiff of the vinegar when we've soaked things in the jars. Okay, so now we have our vinegar and our water and our eggs in the jars soaking, and we're going to check back tomorrow to see what happens to them. Okay, Do Till, see you tomorrow. Hi, Do Till Preschool. I'm back. It's Miss Michelle, and I'm back to look at our eggs. So they've been sitting one whole night in the water and in the vinegar. And so far, just from looking, I don't know if you can get a closer look, but just from looking, the water looks clear. But the vinegar, this one has the vinegar, the water does look a little different. And I don't know if you can see what looks so different. Yes, there are bubbles. There's a lot of bubbles hanging at the top, and the entire egg's covered in bubbles. All right, let's take a closer look and see. I'm going to open the lids. Let's take a look inside and see what's going on. Okay, now I'm here. I'm going to take the lids off. Let's take a peek inside. If you can see this egg, it looks different. There's definitely a lot of foamy bubbles on top. Woo! Still has a very strong vinegar smell. Let's take a look at the water inside. And not really any bubbles except for when I move it. Should I stick my fingers inside and see what they feel like? The water, the egg still feels hard. The shell feels hard like it should. Let me try this one. What? When I stick my finger in this one, the shell is not hard. It actually feels a little squishy. It's like a squishy egg. Should we leave it soak one more night and see what it turns out like tomorrow? I think so. Okay, Do Till, we're going to take one more night, and we're going to check on these eggs tomorrow, and we're going to take them out of the jars, and we might crack this one since the shell's real hard, and we might try to bounce this one since it feels like a squishy bounce ball. All right, we'll check back tomorrow. Okay. Hi, Do Till Preschool, it's Miss Michelle. We are back with our eggs that are soaking in jars, and we're going to open them and see what's happening. So, in our jar with water, the egg looks the same. The water is still clear. We're going to dump out the water carefully. We don't want our egg to come crashing out. The egg, it still feels hard. You can hear that. I'm going to crack it on the plate. We're going to see what it looks like inside. Okay, let's crack it open. And it's a regular egg. No change in the egg. Now we're going to look at the vinegar egg. Here we go. If you can get a close look, there's lots of bubbles on that egg. I'm going to tell you what's happening right now inside this jar. So the vinegar is very acidic. And when the vinegar touches the egg starts to release a gas. It's a carbon monoxide gas, or carbon dioxide gas. I'm sorry, it's carbon dioxide gas. And when it starts releasing that, it slowly dissolves the shell of the egg. So we're going to pull out this egg and see what it feels like, see what it looks like. Okay. It feels different already for sure. Oh. And it's squishy. Let me see if I can bounce it on my table. Oh, I can. Some of the shell's coming off. You can see that. Some of the shell's coming off. I can kind of like just scratch it off. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Sienna, my daughter, said it's kind of weird. It's very, very, very squishy. And when I hold it up, I'm trying to get the, woo! And you can see, I just popped it. It just cracked all over. And here's the shell. So now we get to see. And inside, if you can see on a zoom down here, look what's inside. The egg yolk is still inside. It's all over my table. I'll have to clean it up. But it's still inside. So this was a really cool experiment. It's a really messy one. I don't know if you want to try it at home. I think you should just watch our video. All right, Do Tell Preschool. I'll see you in our next experiment. Bye.